All right, gather around my financially anxious overthinkers and late night Googlers of is this economy about to collapse? Because today we're talking about a topic that makes everyone panic but secretly holds the key to building massive wealth: recessions. That's right, the big scary word that makes news anchors sweat, your portfolio bleed, and Twitter go full doomsday prepper. But here's the twist: if you play your cards right, a recession might actually be your biggest financial opportunity. Because while the average person is freaking out, pulling out of the market, and stress buying 42 rolls of toilet paper, rich people are out here buying stocks, real estate, and sometimes even entire companies all on sale. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to survive a recession and maybe even come out richer than when you went in. We're going to break down what a recession actually is, no econ degree required, how to protect yourself from the worst of it, and how to use downturns to build long-term wealth even if you're not balling right now. No fear-mongering, no tinfoil hat nonsense, just real talk, smart strategies, and a little financial judo. Let's get into it. Let's kick things off with the basics. What the heck is a recession anyway? A recession is basically when the economy throws a tantrum. Technically, it's defined as a significant decline in economic activity that lasts more than a few months, usually marked by 2 straight quarters of negative GDP growth. Translation: when businesses start cutting back, people stop spending, and things just kind of suck. But here's the part most people miss. Recessions are totally normal. They're not the end of the world. They're just one part of the economic cycle. It goes like this: expansion, boom. Bust, recession, and then back to expansion. Repeat until the end of time, or the end of fiat currency, whichever comes first. You'll probably live through 5 to 7 major recessions in your lifetime. And while they're uncomfortable, unpredictable, and sometimes downright scary, they're also where some of the biggest wealth building moves happen. Because let's be real, the best time to buy is when everyone else is selling. Warren Buffett isn't sprinting for the exit during a crash, he's shopping. And you don't need to be a billionaire to do the same. You just need to be prepared. So now that we know recessions aren't the apocalypse, let's break down how to actually protect yourself when the storm hits, and how to start making money moves that most people will miss. Alright, so the economy's slowing down, layoffs are trending, and everyone's acting like it's the end of days. What do? Simple. You recession-proof your finances. That doesn't mean going full doomsday bunker and stuffing cash under your mattress. It means making smart, strategic moves to stay calm, stay covered, and stay in control. Step 1. Build your emergency fund. If you don't have one, this becomes priority number 1. A good rule of thumb is 3 to 6 months of basic expenses in a high-yield savings account. That's your financial oxygen mask. If you lose your job or something unexpected hits, you've bought yourself time to figure things out without going into panic mode. Step 2. Cut the fluff. Look at your spending and trim the fat. Subscriptions you forgot about, takeouts 5 nights a week, that gym membership you haven't used since January, gone. You don't have to live like a monk, but in a recession, cash flow is king. Step 3. Don't take on dumb debt. This is not the time to finance a new car you don't need or swipe your way through boredom. Interest rates tend to go up in tough economies, and debt becomes even more dangerous. Keep your liabilities low so your flexibility stays high. Step 4. Recession-proof your income. Now, this doesn't mean you need a new job, but it might mean learning a new skill, picking up a side hustle, or making yourself too valuable to lay off. In downturns, the people who stay employed tend to be the ones who adapt, not the ones who wait. And lastly, stay invested. That's where most people screw it all up. The market dips and they panic sell. Don't. If you've got a long-term plan, stick with it. Recessions don't last forever, but the gains that follow them can be life-changing. Okay, now that we've covered defense, let's talk offense. Because here's the truth no one tells you. Recessions make more millionaires than bull markets ever will. Why? Because everything goes on sale. Stocks, real estate, businesses, they all drop in price. And the people who keep their cool and keep investing, they come out the other side way ahead. Let's start with stocks. When the market crashes, most people panic and sell low. But smart investors, they buy. Not all at once, not YOLO style, but steadily. Dollar cost averaging into index funds, or ETFs, when the market is down is like buying quality assets at a discount. If you liked a stock or fund at $100, why wouldn't you love it at $70? And here's the trick. You don't need to time the bottom. You just need to keep showing up. Historically, every major market crash has been followed by a recovery. Every single one. Staying in the game is how you win the game. Now, let's talk real estate. During a recession, housing prices often dip. People get scared, finances get tighter, but that's exactly when the best deals start showing up. If you're financially stable, have a down payment ready. And if you're looking long term, this can be your window. And then there's skills. Recessions create a ton of noise, but also massive opportunity. If you can learn a valuable skill, switch to a higher paying industry, or start a side hustle when others are frozen in fear, you're not just surviving, you're leveling up. You don't need to be rich to make moves in a recession. You just need to be prepared. Let's be honest, you don't rise to the occasion during a recession. You fall back on your habits. And if your habits suck, you panic. If your habits are solid, you keep moving forward while everyone else stalls out. So here are a few low-key powerful habits that make you nearly recession-proof over time. First, live below your means. This is the golden rule. Spend less than you earn and invest the difference. If you get used to living on 70 or 80% of your income, you build a buffer without even trying. When a recession hits, you're already used to discipline. You don't need a cash diet for your bank account. Second, automate everything. Your savings, your investments, your bills. Get it all on autopilot. The less you rely on willpower, the more consistent you become. When the market dips or your income feels shaky, your system keeps running. Third, stay liquid. Have cash, not just a credit card or a plan to sell crypto if things get bad. Real savings, emergency fund, high yield account. Liquidity is what lets you breathe when the economy tightens. Fourth, keep learning. Recessions shift the job market. Skills that were hot last year might be cold next year. Stay adaptable, read, take a course, thinker. People who keep learning never get stuck. And fifth, zoom out. Seriously, this one matters. When you're deep in the day-to-day stress of a downturn, it's easy to feel like the world is ending. But if you can zoom out financially and mentally, you realize that this is just a phase. The market has always recovered. The people who stay steady have always come out ahead. Building these habits isn't just for some future recession either. They help you right now. You'll feel calmer, clearer, and more confident with your money, recession or not. And if the next downturn shows up in the next 6 months or 6 years, you won't be scrambling, you'll be ready. Now let's wrap this up by talking about the mindset that separates people who just survive recessions from the ones who come out richer. This can be the most underrated but most powerful piece of the puzzle, mindset. Because when the economy dips, most people immediately go into survival mode. Cut spending, panic scrolls, sell investments, freeze hiring, cancel plans. The mindset becomes protection at all costs. And hey, some caution is smart. But here's what separates the people who just survive recessions from the ones who actually come out richer. They don't just play defense. They also play offense. And they play it with patience. Let me explain. In a recession, fear is everywhere. The news is grim, layoffs go viral, stocks drop, social media becomes one big anxiety spiral. The average person hears all that noise and thinks, I better not do anything, and I can't afford to make a mistake. But wealthy people and future wealthy people don't think that way. They zoom out, they ask different questions. Instead of, how bad is this going to get? They ask, what can I do today that will look smart in 5 years? Instead of saying, I should stop investing until this is over, they say, this is the buying opportunity I've been waiting for. Instead of panicking about losses, they get excited about discounted assets. This mindset isn't reckless optimism, it's trained perspective. Because the truth is, every recession in history has ended. Every single one. And the recoveries that follow, they're where serious wealth is made. Think back to 2008. Everyone who stayed in the market got crushed, temporarily. But those who kept investing while prices were low came out with 10-year returns that crushed averages. Same thing in 2020. People who bought during the short cash got years of gains in months. But to do that, you need to shift from a survival mindset to a builder's mindset. That means you don't obsess over daily headlines. You don't assume the worst will last forever. You focus on what you can control, your habits, your savings rate, your skills building, your investments, your behavior. Because if you wait until everything feels stable, the opportunity window will get closed. Prices will be up, competition will be higher, and you'll have missed the chance to make moves while everyone else was frozen. The best investors and entrepreneurs in the world, they don't fear downturns. They prepare for them. They see recessions not as something to fear, but as something to use. So next time the market drops, next time the headlines go negative, next time the group chat is in full panic, pause, breathe, and ask yourself the one question that changes everything. What can I do right now that my future self will thank me for? Because that's how you come out of a recession not just okay, but ahead. So if this video gave you clarity, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and drop a comment telling me what money move you're making right now to prepare for the next downturn. Because when it hits, and it will, you won't be panicking, you'll be ready. Let's go.